From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. U.S. Senator Dan Sullivan of Alaska is more than a little upset with the Department of Veterans Affairs, and he let those frustrations be known during a Veterans Affairs Committee hearing on Wednesday.
Undersecretary of Health for the Department of Veterans Affairs David Shulkin was the target of Sullivan's sharp tongue. Shulkin spent time in Alaska last summer, hearing firsthand the frustrations of Alaska's veterans in regards to implementation of the CHOICE Act 2014. Sullivan contends CHOICE is not working in Alaska and wants it fixed. Shulkin departed the state with a 6-point plan tailored to make changes to the act. Sullivan says Shulkin and his team are now going back on their word.
I'm learning that your staff is walking all the stuff back, all your 6 points. When are you going to fix the problem in Alaska like you committed to when you were there in August? And why are you walking back commitments that you made to me publicly, that was made here on October 7th publicly about an Alaska plan? All being walked back. And I just don't understand. And on behalf of my veterans, I'm pissed.
Today, members of Mothers Against Drunk Driving local chapter held a day of remembrance. MAD is part of a larger national organization meant to bring awareness to dangers of impaired driving. Members say the month of December is statistically the deadliest month of the year and one of the hardest for families who have lost loved ones. Interior residents visited the Morris Thompson Cultural Center today to place hearts on a lit Christmas tree. On each of the hearts was a name of someone killed by a drunk driver. MAD wants to continue to educate people about the risks folks take when they attempt to drive after consuming alcohol or drugs.
Person has their own experience when this happens, and it's a day of remembering those that you've lost or been hurt, whatever. There's all different phases of it, and everybody in the whole family is affected differently. It's just a matter of reminding them when they drink again to be mindful of what they're doing, and we don't want anybody else hurt. This the last few years, the injuries and deaths have been down quite a ways up here, so we think and we hope we've been part of that.
The performance Cruisin' for Christmas is showing at Pioneer Park Theater this weekend. Sarah Dubowski has the story.
Cruisin' for Christmas is a musical collaboration of the Sweet Adelines and the Great Land Sounds a cappella groups. These two ensembles have been singing barbershop harmony in the Fairbanks area since the 1960s.
Both groups do barbershop harmony. Barbershop harmony is a cappella singing, meaning there's no piano involved, there's no guitars involved, there's nothing else there but the voices. And they sing all by themselves. It's sort of like singing without a net.
This special Christmas performance comes in 2 parts. The first act is a lighthearted Christmas story about feuding families. The second half consists of traditional Christmas songs with the North Pole High School Choir as a special guest.
Oh, the show this weekend is going to be fabulous. It's a Santa Christmas cruise. We have Mrs. Claus and Santa Claus who have secretly invited both sides of their feuding family on board so we can have some Christmas spirit work its magic. And then the second half we have a beautiful religious section as well with all the classic hymns.
The show is part chorus, part musical, and part comedy.
We have a couple of amazing actors that have been involved in a lot of the community theater for a while around here. And in particular, Marcia Holt gets to come out and take her turn as Cruella de Vil, our female version of the Grinch, if you will, as we sing a song about her.
Performances run Friday and Saturday at the Pioneer Park Theater, and the act is fun for the whole family.
It's the first thing of Christmas for many people. Many people say, I always feel like Christmas season has begun when we go to the Sweet Adelines / Great Land Sounds show.
Sarah Dubowski reporting.
When we come back, the Nutcracker opens this weekend for its 29th year. We'll have the details on that.
Also, Lisa Gambardella joins us for another edition of Fairbanks Flavor with something spicy on the menu. Those stories when we come back.
Welcome back, and it's time once again to join Lisa Gambardella for another edition of Fairbanks Flavor. Tonight's dish is a Cajun seafood pasta.
Buonasera. Welcome to Fairbanks Flavor. I'm Lisa Gambardella, and this is my kitchen here at Gambardella's Pasta Bella downtown. Tonight we're making a spicy dish. It's exclusive at Gambardella's. It's Cajun seafood pasta. We're going to start with some oil in a hot pan and some garlic. We're going to let that toast a little bit. Add in our shrimp and some scallops. Ooh, look at that toast. Okay, and while those are cooking, I'm going to open a delicious sweet wine, because the sweet wine goes really well with a spicy dish. This is a great way to warm up a cold winter night with a spicy hot pasta dish. And if you don't want to make it at home, I'll make it for you here at Gambardella's. I always cook with wine, and sometimes I put it in the food. I have some pre-cooked spicy sausage. That looks delicious. Get that seafood to cook, and it cooks fast. That's what I love about sauté. You can have a really delicious dish in no time at all. I have a little white wine. I also have some vodka that I've infused with hot red pepper flakes. That's part of our spiciness for this. Then I'm going to add some cream. And the real secret is some smoked chipotle peppers. And I'm going to turn up the heat. When you add your liquid to your pan, it'll generally bring the temperature down. You want to bring it back up and spice it up. A little bit more of this. I'm feeling a little extra spicy. It's a little cold outside. And I'm going to add some pasta to the dish. Woo, that looks delicious. Enjoy it today, Cajun seafood pasta. Make it at home, or I'll make it for you. See our recipes at webcenter11.com and join us at Fairbanks Flavor.
Brought to you by Gambardella's Pasta Bella.
Well, the Nutcracker opens this weekend at Herring Auditorium. Sarah Dubowski has the report.
The North Star Ballet's The Nutcracker is in its 29th year and gets ready for another great performance.
The Nutcracker is essentially this story that got turned into a ballet. It's about this young girl who gets a nutcracker for her present at a Christmas party from her godfather. And it turns out that this nutcracker is not actually just a nutcracker. It's this prince that's been put under the spell and turned into a nutcracker.
While the dancers perfect every step, a lot goes on behind the scenes to give viewers a show to remember. The costumers in the Nutcracker created all new dresses for the performance this year. Each originally designed dress took over 6 weeks to create, and the seamstresses spared no expense on the attention to detail. Each silk gown is tailored to the dancer, and the wigs are handmade.
We had some dresses that were starting to wear out, and Norman Shelburne, our founding director, wanted more beautiful dresses since we had the finances to go ahead with it. So the designs you're seeing are original designs, and they're also made to be altered.
This costume is very period correct in that it has a petticoat and a corset, and then a full dress and sleeves and all of the jewelry that goes with it. It does take quite a while to get into it, and it takes a couple of people to get us in and out of it.
The Nutcracker opens Friday at the Herring Auditorium and will have 4 performances throughout the weekend.
It is a big community event, and it's a big event for us. It's a very, very family-friendly show, and it is a holiday tradition that everybody should enjoy at least once.
Sarah Dubowski reporting.
That's Interiortainment, brought to you by Midnight Sun Family Medicine.
All right. Joe Cook is up next with sports. The Ice Dogs are getting ready to hit the road, and high school rifle shooters are less than a day away from conference championships.
Joe's next.
Welcome back, Interior Alaska. Joe Cook here with your local Thursday Sportscast. After the first 10 games of the season, the UAF hockey team finds themselves next to last in the WCHA. The good thing is that this conference is ultra competitive. The Nanniks are just 2 points out of 6th place. UAF is coming off of 2 losses to number 17 Michigan Tech. This weekend, Alaska hosts Lake Superior State, and they sit 1 spot above them with a 2-3-3 record the Lakers have. This series is also Hometown Heroes Weekend. First responders and the military and their dependents getting free, and there will be the annual teddy bear toss and skate with the Nanniks, so a lot going on. At this point in the year, you can crunch a lot of numbers, but at the end of the day, UAF just needs to win to keep up with the rest of the conference and be in position for the postseason. They can't afford to fall too far behind.
Yeah, that's what we told the team. I mean, it's you know, when you give up, you don't get points on a weekend. It's tough in this league. I mean, you got to try and find and grind it out and get points however you can. And when you don't get them, you got to make up for them somewhere. So when we're you know, skating and transitioning the puck, I think we're a better team. You know, I think last weekend we were a little slow in our transition game, and you know, sometimes when they're in your way, you got to put pucks in behind them and you got to go to work. So I think that's something that for us we're focused on this week. I've liked our week of practice. I thought the energy level has been good. I thought that the execution, and we covered a lot of the, you know, refresh on a lot of the details of the game, and you know, so I think our group's ready to go.
This weekend starts a grueling 11-game road trip for the Fairbanks Ice Dogs. So they'll be on the road for over a month. After a series split with the Cooley Region Chill in their last home series before Thanksgiving, the Ice Dogs will have time and opportunities to become the best team in the league again. After being idle, they trail South Division leader Wichita Falls 36-42 in the overall NAHL standings, and they are a point behind the Minnesota Wilderness, the new Midwest Division leader. After injuries and player suspensions, the Ice Dogs are 1-4 in their last 5 games after starting the year 16-3. They'll look to get off to a hot start to their 11-game roadie with a 3-game series against the Kenai River Brown Bears, who are 1-22 on the year. Game 1 is Friday night. The Ice Dogs can clinch the Raven Alaska Cup before Christmas with 2 wins. They're not overlooking the Brown Bears, though.
Well, I know from last year they like know how we play, so that's really tough, and they will like know exactly our weaknesses and stuff like that. So it gets tougher and tougher each game we play them. So
they've been playing fine. They just kind of haven't found a way to win, and we've got to make sure that you know, we're going down there focused on us and getting better from where we were a couple weeks ago when we played Cooley Region and played Janesville, and so it's going to be a good series down in Soldotna, and we're looking forward to it.
The Alaska Nanniks swim team nearly made the top 5 in their first event of the Calvin College Winter Invitational. UAF placed 6 overall out of 18 teams in this afternoon's 800 freestyle in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Cassidy Heaton, Abby Blackstone, Hannah White, and Cassidy Kelly swam for a time of 7 minutes 53.23 seconds. Number 6 Grand Valley State won the event in 7 minutes 24 seconds, but Alaska outswam Division I Valparaiso University, who finished 9th. UAF continues their final meet of 2015 tomorrow and Saturday. High school shooters will take their final shots of 2015 this weekend. Friday is the first day of the Mid-Alaska Conference Rifle Championships. This year's championships will be in a two-day format. Tomorrow, riflers will shoot 3 relays of air rifle at 9 a.m., 11 a.m., and 1 p.m. at the E.F. Horton Rifle Range at the Patty Center. Saturday, small bore will be the final event, and there will also be 3 relays at 10 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 3 o'clock. Lathrop, West Valley, Hutchinson, Delta, Toke, and North Pole will shoot for MAC supremacy. Last year, Lathrop swept both titles for the first time in program history. The Newts have won air rifle regional titles the past 2 years as well. And staying with high school sports, it's almost time for the 2015-2016 basketball season to start. Tip-off for the new season is just 2 weeks away. Teams started having tryouts in their first practices yesterday. One of the big storylines for this year is the aftermath of the coaching carousel in the offseason. For example, for the first time in a long time, the Mid-Alaska Conference will have 3 new boys basketball head coaches. Also, can the West Valley girls repeat their undefeated regular season from last year and win a state title? We'll find out that and more soon enough. The first games of the year will be Friday, December 18th and Saturday, the 19th. All the local teams will be in action in the interior. Keep watching KTVF 11 Sports as we'll be rolling out some team previews leading up to opening weekend. And that'll do it for sports tonight. Mike Schultz is next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our Thursday night newscast. Mike Schultz with you once again talking about the weather. A few few flurries here and there today, but no real snow as we're expecting, so no real accumulation, obviously. We still have snow in the forecast, but temperatures are not going to change a whole lot. It's going to continue this way right on through the weekend, so it looks pretty good. Our photograph night is an unusual one. This one, Klaus Gum, or Goom, I'm not sure. But anyway, sunrise at the airport. The thing I think is really cool is the way the sun is reflecting through the clouds and these beams here. That's a really cool effect there. And as always, if you have a photograph to share, and if you have a Christmas photograph to share, well, by all means, send it to photos@ktvf11.com. Now, speaking of photos, well, our Fab Photo Calendar is still available at these places: Personnel Plus, Ice Fog Vapor, The Fudge Pot, River City Cafe, 907 Organic, Big Daddy's Barbecue, Graphic North, and the Prescription Center. All those have still some calendars you can pick up for a nice stocking stuffer. And again, they're pretty good. They're pretty cool this year. A lot of good photographs. All right, here's your numbers for today. The high today, 11. The low last night, 10 below. The record high, 44 in 1934. The record low, 49 below in 1916. Sunrise and sunset, about 4 hours and 32 minutes. A loss of 5 minutes from yesterday. And the satellite picture, again, showing a little bit more moisture working its way across the Alaska Range. Like some of this is possibly going to give us some light snow shower activity over the next couple of days, but nothing really heavy. There's no real organized system. The storm track is way down to the south, so it's not really affecting us that much, although it is over southeast Alaska. Still a pretty good flow of moisture there. On the map, you can see once again that Juneau and Ketchikan, looking at just cloudy skies at Juneau, but some more showers around the Ketchikan area. Partly cloudy skies at Anchorage. Kodiak, looking at a few scattered showers. A little more concentrated rain along the Aleutian chain around Cold Bay, but you get it over the other side, things look pretty good. Clear to partly cloudy skies, only 7 degrees for the high in Nome today. 9 below at Barrow with mostly cloudy skies, and partly cloudy skies at Fort Yukon, 5 degrees below zero. On the lower 48, look at this storm system moving to the west coast. It's a very powerful one, bringing with it a wide variety of weather, strong winds, heavy rain, heavy snow to the higher elevations. This system is going to continue to bring a lot of cold air in behind it. You can see there. So it looks like a pretty good dumper as far as precipitation goes. To the east, you can see a little bit of shower activity, the remains of that jet stream that was moving across yesterday. And once again, back to the west coast, you can see, again, a lot of snow, 3 to 6 feet. 3 to 6 feet in the higher elevations, and almost 2 feet of rain in some of the lower elevations, with mainly around 6 to 12. This will be through early next week, so a lot of precipitation coming in with that system. The jet stream, once again, a big dive down to the middle of the part of the country, which will bring cooler air and possibly more snow to the Central Plains, and rain continues across the Pacific Northwest. Time once again for our kids' weather, and all this week we've been talking with the kids from North Pole Elementary School. But tonight, let's hear from what the teacher has with an interesting weather fact to share with you and her class.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Bartlett, and this is my 4th grade class here at North Pole Elementary. We have a weather fact to share with you. Class, did you know that the warmest temperature ever recorded in the lower 48 was at Death Valley, California?
No.
The temperature rose to a sizzling 134 degrees.
Wow.
Her class has a lot of fun. And again, thanks to Mount McKinley Bank for sponsoring our kids' weather. Next week, we'll visit another school. How about Pearl Creek Elementary with the kids there? Here's our forecast for the northern sections of Alaska. Mostly cloudy skies for Barrow, scattered snow showers for Nome, and flurries will become snow showers in the Fort Yukon region. Here in the interior, well, not too much going on, really. Flurries for Fairbanks and Haley. Snow showers will become flurries later on in Delta Junction. Over the southeastern sections, scattered showers again over the southern areas around Ketchikan, just areas of fog in Juneau. To the southwest part of the state, a mixed bag of weather once again, mixed rain and snow for Cold Bay, morning snow showers for Kodiak, and partly cloudy skies for Bethel. And over the south central regions, looks like isolated snow showers at Anchorage, partly cloudy skies in Homer, and some snow showers for Valdez. And it's Thursday night, which means it's time for our road conditions. And you can see here that we're looking at the Dalton Elliott highways, icy spots, snow-packed areas, also some wind and some higher elevations. Keep that in mind. And as far as the Steese Richardson Highway, blowing snow, icy patches, snow on the road, and down around the Parks Highway, glazed road, icy spots, and some winds, so everything just about basically the same for all the roads leading in and out of the Fairbanks area. Again, thanks to Jose Body and Paint and Mongold Insurance. And our forecast for tonight for the Fairbanks area, cloudy skies, chance of a little snow, 1 degree for the overnight low. Tomorrow's forecast calling for continued cloudy skies, and again, a chance of snow, 13 degrees for the high. The 5-day outlook, look at that. The clouds and snow out of the picture, but temperatures pretty consistent, cooling off a little bit toward the end of the period there. And overnight lows will also be cooling a little bit, but still for this time of year, these temperatures are unbelievable. We should be looking at 10 to 15 to 20 below for overnight lows, and I'm sure Joe's not too unhappy about that.
Hey, the longer we have where it's above normal, the happier I am.
All right, thanks, Mike. That will wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We're glad you could join us.
Tonight on NBC Nightly News, San Bernardino shooters had pipe bombs and thousands of rounds of ammunition. All that coming up next with Lester Holt.
You can join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11 or online anytime at webcenter11.com.
All right, from all of us here at the News Center, we hope you have a good night.
Good night.